Good evening, everyone. Magandang gabi po sa ating lahat. Sa ating mga classmates. Isang magandang Tuesday evening po sa inyong lahat na nag-aabang ng ating episode for tonight. Last week po, wala tayo. Nagpahinga tayo ng bahagya. And tonight, we're back with a special, siguro pwede rin tawaging special episode. Special episode because it's a compilation of all the questions that we've been getting from our messenger, no, from our feedback sa mga nanonood, sa mga comment section natin, no. At ulit po, no, sa mga kaka-tune-in pa lang, ako po ang inyong resto coach for the week, Romel Nang. Magandang gabi po sa ating mga early birds. Si Mami Sing Pineda nandito na. Magandang gabi po, Mami. Si Mark Neal, si Victor Mempin from UK. Ay, wala po sa London, United Kingdom. Magandang gabi rin sa iyo, brother. At sa lahat po ng mga nanonood at manonood pa, I'm excited to do this episode. Medyo ako lang po mag-isa ngayon, ano? At busy yung ating mga kapartner. But nonetheless, I think this will be a fun episode, especially for me, no? Even as I talk about the episode for tonight, na-excite din po ako, no? Sapagkat sa dami po ng ating value na maidadagdag sa mga nakikinig at manonood sa atin ngayong gabi, no? Meron din palang mga nakikinig lang, no, habang nasa sasakyan, no, at nagda-drive. Maraming salamat po for tuning in. Parang naging radio show. But however you want to consume or partake of this episode or the past episodes, we appreciate it. Meron pong mga nanonood din sa replays. Meron din pong mga live talagang nanonood at maraming salamat. Gaya kay Kitty ng Patinio Tipase, ang aking pinsan. Maraming salamat. Thank you for watching. She's also in the HR. She's an HR practitioner. Maraming salamat for watching. This means a lot to me. At kay Rodel Pionela, magandang gabi sa iyo. At sa ating mga kaibigan mula sa Australia, si Coach Donald Tenorio at si Chef Genevieve Tenorio, magandang gabi sa inyo. Magandang ano sa kanila ngayon. I think madaling araw na halos sa kanila ngayon. So, magandang gabi po sa mga nanonood rin mula sa Las Vegas, ang ating mga kaibigan si Jake and Tina Castro, at ang mga kasama ni Jake sa work, na mga kababayan din natin sa medical frontlines. Maraming salamat po. Tonight, ang ating pong episode ay sasagutin natin yung top 10 most frequently asked resto negosyo questions. So tonight, we're going to try to give an answer, no? And of course, I will welcome yung mga insights ng ating mga tagapanood. Marami na po nagpa-participate sa comment section, nagbibigay ng kanilang mga questions din, mga sagot, no? And we appreciate that. As mentioned before, like I mentioned before, rather, the Resto Coach is not me. It's a community of people like us who are interested. Alam mo, ang common denominator lang po nating lahat. We're all interested to improve, no, to add value to ourselves and to add value to others as leaders of the industry. So, si Cher po ay medyo busy ngayong gabi. Si Chris din po, meron silang dinner. So, again, sa mga nakaka-tune in pa lang, ako po ang inyong kasama ngayong gabi. And I would do my best to try to answer the questions and make it as entertaining as if I had a co-host. Ayan. So as always, sinasabi ko nga, every Tuesday evening with all of these classmates, all of our classmates, tayo po lahat, is a breath of fresh air para sa akin, no? Nakaka-refresh, nakaka-renew ng energy, especially after a long day. At ngayon, pag sinabing day talaga ngayon, napakainit po, no? Parang ang feeling natin, mas malapit yung Pilipinas sa araw kaysa sa ibang bahagi ng mundo, no? So mag-iingat po tayo mula sa dehydration, no? Be careful, stay hydrated, and wag nating mamaliitin, no? Minsan parang tinitiis natin yung init ng araw. I've known a lot of people who have already suffered from dehydration and nagko-collapse, no? Sa simbahan, sa public places. So iwas din po tayo sa mga crowded places pag masyadong mainit, no? And enjoy the summer heat, but be be mindful and be careful, no? Stay hydrated, magsa-sunblock po tayo. No? Although masarap magpa-araw, punong-puno ng vitamin D. Pero pag yung vitamin D naging vitamin dehydrated, no? Mahihirapan din po tayo. Si Ivy Par Alcantara ay nandito na rin. Mga regular classmates natin talagang attendance. Para tayo nagro-roll call linggo-linggo, no? And we appreciate that. Si Jerdy Silva, ang aking kaibigan, Giorgio Vasil, ang kanyang screen name dito sa comment section. Si Rolando Yuxon, magandang gabi po. Cassie De Guzman, good evening. Good evening, sabi ni Ivy, good evening coach and classmates. So without further ado, magsisimula po kagad tayo. Kasi wala tayong top 3 takeaways ngayon dahil wala po tayong co-host. But we'll start right off with this episode, which is matagal na naming pinaplanong gawin to answer the most frequently, particularly the top 10 questions, no, na kinumpile natin from what we get. Well, na-include ko rin pala dito yung mga questions na tinatanong sa akin pagka may mga appearances tayo sa mga speaking engagements. So hinalo na rin natin. These are the top 10 questions and I'm sure that most of you will be able to relate to it. And if not, no, just put your question. Hindi naman nangangahulugan na 10 tanong lang yung entertain natin ngayong gabi. You can also ask your own question. It's a conversation. It's a community that welcomes insights and comments, no? Ang masaya po rito sa ating komunidad, lahat positive lang, no? Walang kontrahan, no? Lahat nagta-try mag-contribute and that's what makes our community, the Resto Coach community, very special and very unique. Sige, simulan na po natin. Simulan na natin. The first question that we usually get is, what should I know before starting a resto negosyo? Ano yung dapat kong malaman bago ko magsimula ng isang restaurant business? What should I know about the industry? Yan yung mga follow-up questions dyan. Particularly for the people who are trying it for the first time. And what experience do I need and what should I prepare? Parang dami, no? Pero yan po kinonsolidate natin because these are all similar questions. Ulitin ko po. What should I know before getting into the restaurant business? What should I know about the industry? To understand whether it is for me, and what should I prepare, and what experience do I need. So dito po sa ating mga masusugid na yung mga regular listeners and viewers and classmates, alam nyo na yung template ng sagot ko dyan, and it is good kung alam nyo na at natatandaan nyo because ibig sabihin nare-retain nyo po yung pinaka-standard answer ko sa ganyan. The number one answer that I always repeat and reiterate is that you should understand and appreciate that it's not just a business that you're putting up. No, it's not just a business. It's about leading people. It's about creating and promoting a brand. And number 3, it's about managing a business. Ulitin po natin. Number 1 is it will entail a lot of leadership. No? Leading people. It will entail, no? Number 2, creating and developing and promoting a brand. So merong marketing, merong brand creation. And number 3, no? Meron pong aspeto ng pagmamanage ng negosyo. So pagka yun yung initial understanding and appreciation mo of what you're getting into, sabi nga sa Pilipino, ano ba yung pinapasok mo? No? Napakagandang panimula nun because you recognize, no, ang paboritong for some reason, no, for some relevant and relatable reason this week, no, and I think for the past 2 weeks ang favorite word ko is inviolate, no. Inviolate, no, INVIOLATE. So i-google natin, no, napakadali nang maghanap ng kahulugan ng mga salita ngayon. I like that word, especially when it's used in the context that nobody is exempted. No, it cannot be violated. Inviolate cannot be violated. Ibig sabihin, yung principles ng binabanggit ko, although it's not written in any book and based lang siya sa aking personal na karanasan, no, transitioning from employee to entrepreneur, is that there are 3 aspects that are inviolate. No, whether you like it or not, no, you will really, when you open up a business, a restaurant business for that matter, you would have to understand and, improve and develop your skills in terms of being a leader, because there will be people involved. Customers are people, suppliers are people, landlords and lessors are people, um, you know, business collaborators are people, and more importantly, customers are people. So it would entail a lot of leadership and relationship building skills. Leadership and relationship building, ano yan eh. Hindi nga magpinsan eh, magkapatid yan, di ba? So understanding and acknowledging that hindi pa pwedeng i-delegate, di ba? Number two, yung marketing, no? While you would like to say na, pwede kong i-outsource ang marketing, pwede akong mag-consult ng isang agency, yes. But ultimately, they will also ask you, what type of brand do you want to create? No, anong brand ba yung gusto mo i-create at i-promote? So, it will entail at least, no, yung pinaka-standard minimum amount. And I won't even call it minimum, no? Kailangan meron kang significant amount of knowledge in terms of understanding your brand, the brand that you want to create, the brand that you want to put out. And doon yung pinag-uusapan natin, di ba, parate, no? Sa mga nakikinig ulit, no? May bonus na kayo. Kasi paulit na lang sa inyo to eh. It's understanding your brand values and what value it can deliver, no? As you open it, no, for business. Which segues into the third aspect, which is kailangan meron tayong basic fundamental management skills. And when you talk about management skills, di ba? Maraming resources online, but it's basically, people like Peter Drucker, no, for leadership is John Maxwell. For branding, I subscribe to the thoughts of the author of Purple Cow, no, si Seth Godin and other marketing people. No? And then right now, even sa TikTok, no, you can get bits and pieces of relevant information about those three aspects. Again, no, leading people, creating a brand, and promoting it, and then managing a business. So yun yung dapat nating i-recognize. Yun yung framework, no? So experience-wise, it would always help. Sabi niyan kasi, ang tanong din, what experience do I need, no? So experience-wise, it would be helpful if you have experience in terms of those three aspects. Meron ka bang leadership experience? Meron ka bang marketing, branding experience? No? And number three, no, meron ka bang management experience? Ngayon, kahit wala dun sa tatlo, nangangahulugan po ba, Coach, na hindi na tayo pwedeng magsimula ng isang restaurant business? Of course not, no? Ang sinasabi lang is that we have to recognize that these are the three things that we need to continue to build on. So, pwede nga, di ba, yung piniprescribe din natin, you can find the right partners. Ibig sabihin, kung hindi mo taglay, yung sa tatlong aspeto na yon, sabi ko nga, inviolate siya, no? Kumbaga, yung prinsipyo na, hindi pa pwedeng laktawan kasi magkakaroon ng void, no? Yun yung pangangailangan ng restaurant business. So, pwede mong gawin is that you can partner with people who are, if you feel that you're not a great leader or a people person, then you can partner with somebody who is, no? Who is one, no? And that's, just make sure that yung mga ground rules ng partnership is written down and, agreed upon by everyone. Ayan. So, unang tanong pala po at malaman na at kaya lang kailangan natin acknowledge, bumubuhos din po ang attendance ng ating mga classmates. No, magandang gabi kay Manel Andrea. Siyempre, dito na ang ating kaibigan nagpaparamdam muli, si Ferdinand Porsche, aka Jake Castro from Las Vegas, Nevada. Naku, malapit na yung Mayo, magkikita na tayo ni AJ, bro. At si Maring Tina, hindi ko alam kung kasama, but I hope kasama rin siya. Welcome to the UP community. Si Ondo Completado, nandito na si China Magsaysay. Good evening. Binati kita kanina, brother Donald Tenorio. Na-excite ako masyado, nagbabakit pa ako pagbasa ko ng pangalan mo. No? Coach Donald Tenorio, andito na po. Good day, Mike, sa kanya signature na greeting. Si June Michael Balagot, magandang gabi po. Yung mga Balagot, usually taga ano yan eh, Tanawan, tama ba? June Michael Balagot. Paki-comment nga kung tama ako. Tanawan, Batangas, yung mga kilala kong Balagot. And then, Patrick is also watching. Si Chef Jordan Bernardo. Magandang gabi po. Chef at ang mga team Mad Cafe. Ayan. Si Lunet Rivera nandito na rin. Si Flormin Losada Ledesma is watching. Virginia Santiago is watching. JB Texon. Ang familiar yun. Si JB Texon, magandang gabi sa'yo. Ayan. Si Romel. Ayan, Chef Romel, magandang gabi sa'yo. Magandang gabi sa'yo. Magandang gabi po. Chiclet Gonzales. Ang ganda ng pangalan, no? Reminds me of my childhood. Chiclet. Usong-uso nung araw yan. Eh. Francis Victorino, magandang gabi po. Speaking of Victorinos, no? Sarap kalaro ng mag-aama, no? Sila Gino, si Sir Manny Victorino, of course, PBA legend Manny Victorino. No? Nakalaro ko sila ng isang gabi. No? At Joanne Fuentes Diaz, ang gandang gabi po. Melissa, no? Magandang gabi. Michelle Tiu Chowa, Nita Sampan Batalya. Ito po yung mga taong no? Interesadong mag-improve at matuto. Congratulations po. The decision to tune in tonight is a commitment, is part of your commitment to improve and to learn. And lahat tayo magtutulong-tulong para maging as fruitful and meaningful and valuable ang ating episode 169. Congratulations po sa ating lahat. Nakaka-169 episodes na po tayo. Malapit na tayo sa ating milestone na 170th episode. Mula sa May Kawayan, Bulacan, no? Kababayan pala ni Jake Castro din. Si Ma'am Sining Demate. Ayan. Watching from St. Michael Homes, Pandayan, May Kawayan, Bulacan. Ang mga tao sa St. Michael, mayayaman niya kasi mga college yan, no? Peso, yen, pangalan ng mga pera. So magandang gabi po, ma'am, at thank you for always being supportive mula nung elementary pa. Si paring Marlon Alipio, nandirito rin po, si Leonard Silivio, ayan, from Las Vegas with love, of course. So, yan po, unang tanong, review natin, no? Review natin first question, ang dapat po nating malaman at ma-acknowledge that it's about leading people, creating and developing and promoting a brand, and managing a business. Ayan. So, number 2, most frequently asked question na na-encounter natin dito sa The Resto Coach na nagsimula tayo noong May 2020. Actually, before that, may mga ilang episodes din po tayo. Nasa YouTube din po natin yan. Kung gusto nyo mapanood yung panahon, ang co-host po natin ay si Mr. Anthony Suntay. Magandang gabi siya, partner Anthony Suntay. At naging guest din natin yan yung mga original partners ng The Resto Coach, si Zark, no, Verona. Ang mga nasa behind the camera noon, si Cheryl Gose at si Wina Pineda at si Bianca Lagdameo. So magandang gabi sa inyo lahat. So number 2 question, how do I register a restaurant business in the Philippines? No? Yan, and so, dadudugtungan natin, what permits and licenses do I need to open a restaurant? Sige, hati-hatiin po natin. No? Number 1, we highly encourage na i-register nyo ng tama yung inyong negosyo. No? Yan, nagpapaalala si Louie Galuna. Of course, natatandaan ko, no? Louie from SM Dasma. Magandang gabi sa iyo, Louie. At si PJ Veloso, congratulations. Ito yung mga nagwagi ng best booth itong nakaraang franchise expo sa World Trade yata yung ginanap o sa MOA. Pakicorrect nga ako, kapatid, kung saan ba ginanap yung franchise expo. Ito is one of my favorite persons in the world, no? Si Bernard Hauhoko. Brother, magandang gabi sa iyo. Always supportive and giving feedback. We appreciate it. Roy Rolly Kalunod, magandang gabi. Endel Vergara, no? Magandang gabi sa inyo. So, tama-tama. Yung second question natin is about registering a restaurant business in the Philippines. Ako, I have this saying, no, sa sarili ko na, do it right the first time and do it right every time. So, gawin po natin ang tama. So, magrehistro tayo, no? Number 1, ang pinaka-urgent, no, sa lahat is to register everything that is proprietary. Yan, nakakaligtaan ng marami yan, no? Yung pangalan, yung brand name, yung mga proprietary marks, no, yung mga logo, i-register po natin yan, no? Mag-invest tayo ng konting salapi upang may register natin yung ating intellectual property. Kasi po, malaki yung value niyan, no? Pangalan ng restaurant nyo, no? Although you cannot trademark yung mga recipes, no? You have to make sure that it's, it's protected. So, yung mga brand logos, brand markings, mga pangalan ng menu items, kung pwedeng i-register. And ngayon po, ngayong mga panahon na to, napakadali na po niyang gawin. No? It's just done through online, sa online. Sa SMX yon. Sa SMX pala nag-champion ito sila, PJ Veloso. Good evening sa mga taga BBQ Chicken. Ayan. Dumadami ngayon yan, yung BBQ Chicken. Jenny Garcia, magandang gabi sa'yo. So, tuloy po natin yung sagot. So, number 1 is, register your trademarks, no, your intellectual property, protect your intellectual properties. And then register your business, no. In the process of doing yung registering your trademark, dadaan ka rin sa kakibat na proseso ng pagre-register ng pangalan ng negosyo sa SEC, sa DTI, no. So doon mo malalaman kung may kapangalan na, no? Para alam mo, protection din sa atin yun. A lot of people think na they're being denied the opportunity to use the name, but ang totoo po nun, mahirap din po may kapangalan yung ating negosyo. So magandang proseso. Again, it's just online. No, I'm not familiar anymore with the amount, but you can check it online. So register po natin sa DTI, sa SEC, no? Mag-register po tayo kung korporasyon 'yan, kung private kung sole proprietorship, no? I-establish po natin ng maigi. May benefits yung pagiging sole proprietorship, may pros and cons, meron din pong benefits yung pagiging korporasyon, at meron na rin po ngayong single ownership na korporasyon na tinatawag. So number 3 is to register your business in the local government units, di ba? So pagka na-register mo na siya dun sa national agencies, no, like DTI and SEC, you have to register your business, no, your company in sa BIR, no? Kakaroon ka ng certificate of registration. Kailangan yan. Lalo kung ako, ina-advise ko, no, kahit maliit yung negosyo nyo, lalo ngayon, available na yung mga technology, gumamit po tayo ng tamang POS. No? Kasi magandang magsimula ka na merong agad recording ng data mo, no? Merong kang safeguard, checks and balances, no? Audits. No? And karamihan po ng mga software ngayon na pang mga maliliit na resto negosyo, ano na rin, no? Sophisticated enough, no, to gather data, to keep record of things in compliance with BIR policies, no? Mas mahirap po yung tumatakbo na yung negosyo nyo, saka kayo magre-retroactively mag-aayos ng inyong mga records, no? So BIR, LGU, no? Importante naka-register po tayo sa LGU. Yung iba nga nagka-courtesy call pa, no? Yung iba magpo-food sampling ka, no, sa taga-LGU because on a positive note, ang mga politiko natin, they also appreciate it if nagke-create tayo ng negosyo. So let them know about your business, and yung mga progresibong mga politiko or mga naninilbihan sa bayan, yung mayor, no, vice mayor, councilors rather. Ano yan no? Minsan nagbibigay pa sila ng assistance in terms of, sige, tutulungan ka namin, one-stop shop, no, meron mga online registration, to protect you from fixers, no, na maaaring maging problema. And more importantly, nililink nila kayo, like for example sa PESO, no, sa employment arm ng government, no, ng local government. Yung nililink din nila kayo dun sa mga taong maaaring makatulong sa inyo sa tamang pamamaraan sa loob ng opisina ng mayor, sa local government. So register sa barangay, nire-register din po yan, no? And these are very important steps to legitimize your business, no? Having an official receipt, no, from the BIR is very important, no? Kasi a lot of people, no, request for meron kayong opportunities na mamimiss out pag wala kayong tamang resibo, di ba? Yung mga bulk orders, catering, functions, etc. So as far as I know, yan po yung mga ni-register na mga bagay-bagay, no, intellectual property, no, registration sa DTI, sa SEC, na pagre-rehisto sa BIR, no? Ano yan, dikit-dikit yan, no? Some other agencies will ask for all these prerequisites as requirements also for applying for your business permit. So ang dulo niyan, kung meron kang business permit, kung magpapagawa ka, merong mga construction-related permits yan, no? Occupancy permits, construction-related permits, as yung pagbisita ng city engineer, pag-inspeksyon ng paggawa ng inyong tindahan, kung brick and mortar yan. That's, if you ask me, that's the responsible way of doing it because you have to remember, no, unang-una, nasa tamang zoning tayo dapat. No? Residential is residential, commercial is commercial. No, marami nakaka-encounter ng ganyang problema, no. While maganda yung intention natin na magnegosyo sa loob ng ating bahay, and remember, pag lumaki yung negosyo, nagpapasok na tayo ng malalaking tangke ng gas, no? And yung fumes, etc., of course, yung sanitary, no? Yung sewer, yung septage, sorry, not septage, but yung sanitary line natin, yung inilalabas natin sa kanal, dapat maging responsable tayo, no? Alam natin, ang restaurant business, malangis, mamantika. Now we have to put our business in the right zone, right zoning, in the right place, and be mindful of of our neighbors, di ba? So all of these things, part yan ng proseso ng pag-a-apply ng mga permits. Kaya napakaganda nung intention nung nagtatanong ng how do I register my restaurant business in the Philippines. So hindi naman po ganun kalaki yung mga babayarin. Ang importante is may protection din po tayo pag nakarehistro ng tama yung ating negosyo, no? Again, mahirap pong balikan kung meron tayong mga deficiencies, no? Saka tayo mape-penalize. So, hahabol pa tayo kung kailan busy na tayo sa negosyo. Si paring OG mula sa New Zealand, no? At si Anya, nagbabakasyon del Rosario. Nagbabakasyon po sila ngayon sa Europe. Enjoy your vacation. And kayo mag-alala, no? Si R.R. Gallego ang bahala muna sa inyong resto negosyo sa New Zealand. Si OG Liwag, of course, nandirito. Ever since, nandirito yan. No? Si Marjorie at si Margaret Liwag, magandang gabi po. It was nice to see you also. No? Nagkakita na naman kami sa bandang Shangri-La. Ayan. Magandang gabi sa ating kapatid na napapag-usapan ng kanina si paring Zark Barona. Congratulations. Namimiss na rin kita. See you soon. Magkape tayo. Pumasyal ako sa Masa no? Para nasa abroad kaya ata. Hindi na ako natumuloy. Sabi ko pag tayong dalawa na lang. So congratulations sa Masa sa may tapat ng Grand Hyatt. No? Try to visit that. And then you have your new store in Eastwood. Ang ganda ng tagline. No? It's nice to be back. Sa isa sa mga panimulang tindahan ng Zark's Burger. Yung Eastwood City. Si Miss Daisy Valencia, nandirito na rin po. At si Richard De La Cruz, nandirito na rin. Kahit baliktad ang pangalan nyo, mababasa ko yan. Si Belen Marqueses, magandang gabi po. Ayan. Si Comia, magandang gabi po. Ayan. Si Nox Enkel, magandang gabi. And thank you very much for watching. Si Elvin Senson, 2003, itong ganda ng pangalan, no? 2003, no? Merong amount, no? 2003, 2,300. Si Aileen, Yana Samson, magandang gabi siya. Si Ian is here also, thank you, Ian. Cornelia Jeronimo, magandang gabi po. Alan Lloyd Dumawag, magandang gabi po. Si paring Gerald Flores, na daming niyaya dito sa ating classroom. Thank you very much, paring Gerald Flores. JJ Gusilatar, no? Nagiging regular na rin natin, matagal ng panahon. Joey Sapanta, magandang gabi po. JT Cordova, Fernando Hernandez. Ayan. Si paring Renan Saliva, na kahit alam kong hindi naman nagre-resto negosyo, pero kakampi ko to sa basketball at saka isa sa pinakamahusay na professor to sa Film Institute ng ating College of Mass Communication sa University of the Philippines. Magandang gabi po, Professor Renan Saliva. Maraming salamat. Si Aisen, kasakabatch ko to sa sa SEALS training nung nasa pizza place pa kami. Magandang gabi po. Ang dami po nating classmates ngayon sapagkat everyone is interested, no? Sabi nga ni John Maxwell, great leaders ask great questions. Curiosity is a very important trait. No, kanina pinag-uusapan na kailangan mo. Kailangan curious ka parati, huwag mawawala yung curiosity. So, nasagot po natin yung pangalawang katanungan. Tumungo po tayo sa pangatlong katanungan. How can I create a menu that appeals to Filipino taste that would give me the best chance of success? So, ayan, maganda yung katanungan, no? At yung mga gusto pong mag-comment, yung mga expert na naririto rin, please do so, no? Kung meron kayong insights, i-share din natin. So, ang sagot ko po dyan is, number one, kaya nga natin binanggit kanina, this about people, brand, business. Sa aspeto ng brand, nandoon yung yung understanding your brand, understanding your market, ano yung brand personality, ano yung core, yung DNA. No? Para namang para namang dinosaur yan, coach. Totoo po, no? Kailangan, parang living thing din yung restaurant business, no? Kailangan maliwanag sa atin kung anong DNA. No? Kasi pagkat yung DNA na yun, signature, ano yung sinabi natin? Signature dish, signature experience, at yung profitable, scalable, and sustainable business model. Ulitin po natin. May kaugnayan yan doon sa sagot natin sa tanong. Signature dish, signature experience, profitable, scalable, and sustainable business model. Bakit ko sinabi yun? Sapagkat doon din naka-angkla yung sagot doon sa tanong. How can I create a menu? So yun yung pamantayan. You should create a menu that will have signature dishes, unique values and value proposition. No? Values, ba't kasama yung values, coach? Kasi kung ano yung kine-create mong dishes, it should reflect your values. For example, yung kanina binabanggit natin, yung mga taga Zark's Burger, yung founder ng Zark's Burger, si Comy, si Victor Barona. No? Ang storya niyan is that, if I may, bro, I hope you don't mind. No? Ang pinagmumulan is yung purpose niya, no, to create a better burger alternative sa mga ang feeling niya, there just should be high quality burger that's affordable, no, of great value burger, no, malaki, no, masarap, no, and enjoyable, that should be available to the Filipino people. So from that noble intent, no, that purpose-driven objective, no, doon nagmula yung DNA ng brand eh. So hanggang ngayon, kung nasusustain mo yung DNA ng brand, hindi ka lumalayo doon sa values mo, then you continue to deliver value to the market. Like for in our example, when we started Buffalo Swings and Things in 2009, ganun din po yung driver namin. No? There should be, why isn't there a, a more affordable or superior value all-American dining experience in the Philippines. No? Medyo duduguin yung bulsa mo pagka gusto mo ng authentic all-American dining experience noong 2009. So and then, of course, Wings was our, became, no? Hindi naman, nung originally, hindi lang naman yan ang intent, but it became the platform for us to deliver, no? A value proposition for the Filipinos that they will respond to. No? Ito, yung mga nagsusulat sa notebook, 3 bagay yung dapat mong iisipin when you create a menu or you create a brand. No? Lakihan na natin, wag na yung menu lang yung brand. No? Number 1 is that it should be relevant. Ano yung relevance? Ay kung hindi natin alam kung ano yung relevance points, kung hindi natin kilala yung market, hindi tayo makapag-create ng relevant na menu. Number 2 is relatability. Relatability meaning kahit hindi siya ganun familiar, even if you're introducing a new product, the common denominator that makes it relatable is the value proposition. So values and values I mentioned earlier. Yung ano yung halaga niya? Sulit ba siya? No? Ano ba yung pain point na ina-address mo? Ano ba yung problemang sinosolve ng menu mo? And then number 3, no, is yung pinakamahirap i-achieve, no? Yung connection o yung resonance, no? May emotional connection when they see your menu, for some reason there's an emotional connection na ito yung hinahanap ko. Ito yung matagal ko nang wala dito sa Pilipinas pero meron na ngayon, no? Ito yung lalo na kung matitikman na, no? Hindi lang yung makikita. No? So the menu actually is is the centerpiece or the core of your brand's identity because it's the expression of what you want, what value you intend to deliver to the market. Diba? Kaya yan yung dapat pinag-iisipan, even the visuals, how you put it together, how you price it, no? How you make it connect with, as mentioned earlier, how you make it connect with the market is very important. No? It's an expression of your diligence, no? The diligence of your vision. Ibig sabihin, gaano katagal mo pinag-isipan talaga yung vision mo? How much do you understand the market? So, ang haba ng sagot ko, no? Pero yung ang katanungan, no, kasi yung appealing to the Filipino taste, ano yan napakalawak ng konteksto niyan Pero kung susuriin mo, ang dulo niyan, imbuduhin mo doon sa value na dinideliver. Anong problema yung sinusolve? Ano yung pain points, no? Sometimes a menu is merely delivering the most basic, no, yung convenience, no? Fast serving time, mabilis lutuin, mabilis ilabas, pero quality is maintained, no? Sa amin noon is ang guidance namin is that you can deliver slightly high a casual dining experience at prices just slightly higher than fast food, diba? Or QSR. Ano yun unique value proposition yun, no? So as you notice, hindi ako gumagamit ng unique selling proposition, but I rather use yung word na unique value proposition. Ayan. So lumalalim po ang ating diskusyon, no? Dumadami yung ating classmates. At ito, nakakabangga ako sa mga tao, tonto ako pag nakikita ko sa kung saan man. Kasi pareho kaming busy, pero pag nagkita kami talagang alam namin, miss namin ang isa't isa. Dapat pala niyaya kitang co-host ngayong gabi. Julio Espina, no? Magandang gabi sa'yo. Ayan. Great seeing you too. And as promised to each other, dapat magkape tayo, magkita tayo. Okay? Zay Montes, nako, ikaw marami kang maiko-contribute, no? Parating kang nagko-contribute. Maraming salamat sa active participation mo. Ito hindi lang 'to nanonood, nagtatanong, nagbibigay ng insights. Maraming salamat, Simon Montes. At sa iyong team, no? Maraming salamat. Si Wisdom Galero is watching, si Pamela Castro is here also. Si Sam Pabia, andito na rin po. Si Marvin Magpantay, magandang gabi sa iyo, bro. Si Ian Manuel, nako, tagal na hindi nag-attend to Magandang gabi ulit sa iyo. Ian Manuel, no? Si Coach Ian Manuel. Carlo Pantalion, magandang gabi sa iyo, brother. Parang paparamdam, parang dapat magtrabaho na tayo magkasamang muli. Si Clark Cruz, no? Magandang gabi sa iyo. Si, nako, nahirapan ako rito. Si Ramdi Cabaluna, ayan. Si Rans Rica Behijo, maraming gabi po. Magandang gabi po, sorry. Rans Rica Behijo, magandang gabi. Si Wenceslao Tendencia, magandang gabi po. Eli Bustillos, Maria Cheris, uy, Cheris, magandang gabi sa iyo, Che. Postrero, ayan. Aking pisa na si Lisa Yandok, magandang gabi sa ating lahat ng taga Orani, Bataan. Pag yung sa Orani, Bataan, no? Ano yan? Gino's Ice Cream, no? Pansit. Yung pansit palabok namin doon na masarap at saka yung mga seafood, no? Crabs and shrimps and prawns at yung boneless bangus. Daming pagkain ako pinag-uusapan pa, nagugutom yata ako. Geraldine Dador, magandang gabi. Selwyn Alvarez, magandang gabi. Cornelia Jeronimo, God bless din po sa inyo. Si Jovita Catusale, magandang gabi po. Renz Trajano, nako si Pete Rest, nako nagagalit na yata sa akin to dahil matagal na akong hindi nagpapa-PT. Ayan. First mall is Eastwood, tama, ng Zark's Burger. So, back to Eastwood City na po ang Zark's. Bisitahin natin. So, on to the next question. Ayan. Sabi ng ni Miss Cornelia, no? Speaking about food, no? Sabi niya, make sure that your menu or your food comes from the heart. Totoo yun. No, nararamdaman ng tao yun, believe it or not. Nararamdaman ng customers kung ginawa mo yung menu mo from the heart o nag-copy-paste ka lang sa iba. Ayan. Chef Romel of Cebu. Yan, oo nga, tama. Si Romel Pia of Cebu. Magandang gabi po. Si Tiny's Ann, nandito na rin. So, next question po natin. What are the best locations? Nako, from menu creation, napunta tayo sa business development. Nako, si Julio mahusay dyan. No? Julio Espina. What are the best locations to open a restaurant in the Philippines? Alam nyo, ano, no? Napaka gandang katanungan yan. Because in general, some would say, no? Some would say that, of course, Metro Manila or the key cities like Cebu, no? May pros and cons po yun. But believe it or not, there are places na nag-originate ang mga restaurant concepts sa mga less populated areas. No? So, but let's zoom in on the business development aspect of it. Ang importante mo sa business development is that you have your parameters for site selection. No? So babalikan natin, i-rewind natin, how well do you know your brand? No? Kung nasaan ang market mo, dapat doon ka mag-open. Kung nasaan yung pain point na sinosolve mo, kung saan maraming pain point na sinosolve mo, doon ka mag-open. Some restaurant negotiantes would say, hindi, malapit sa bahay ko. You know, hindi po coincidence yun kasi kung malapit sa bahay mo, at least yung sa bahay mo, you know your market. It's not just the convenience of operating from your own backyard, but at least you know your market. No? It's a good starting point. But when you talk about the best locations, ang tanong kasi, what are the best locations? Well, data-wise, of course, ang mga CBDs or commercial business districts is magandang location because may weekday and weekend sales kayo. No? Now, when we talk about in general, meron ding per segment sales yan, delivery, meron dine-in, may carry-out. So, the more populous the place is, definitely, it will be a better space to open in. But there will also be a lot of competition. So, ano yan, ano? It's about finding the right space, you know, where your market is. So, ulitin ko po, you should know your market and kung nasaan yung maraming population ng merkadong tina-target ng iyong konsepto, ng iyong brand, then yun po yung pinakamagandang space to open your restaurant. No? Well, there are other factors sa checklist, no? Safety and security. No? Kailangan feeling ng customer safe. So, pinakamagandang parameter dyan, ilagay mo yung sarili mo sa lugar ng customer. If you were a customer, where would you like to eat? Saan lugar mo gustong kumain? No? Siyempre, kailangan maliwanag, malinis, no? Safe, no? Yung feeling of safety and security. Convenience is a factor, no? Kaya nga yung mga hindi necessarily madalas na discussion yan sa business development, hindi automatic na maraming sasakyan, maganda yung negosyo. Like, but sa EDSA, no? Hindi rin naman lahat ng restaurant na nasa EDSA nagtatagumpay. Because you have to, again, think of it from the customer standpoint. No? A classic example of that is, you know, is it better to put a restaurant in the going home side or the going to work side? Depends. No? If you're a breakfast place, If you're a drive-through for coffee, then maybe you should go for the going to work site. But if you're a concept that's dine-in or takeaway or even, drive-through of not just coffee but more of meals, then it should be the going home side. May mga consideration din about, convenience. When I talk about convenience, is about when you drive to the place, madali bang mag-park? Wala bang malayo bang iikotang U-turn? Diba? It's about accessibility. So convenience, safety, security, comfort, and accessibility. So yan yung mga parameters, no? So now kanina napag-usapan na natin, nabanggit ko na, no, it's to understand, no, the numbers that the location must deliver. No, of course, pag mas mataong lugar, usually mas mahal yan sa mall. Siyempre sa mall mas mahal ang rent kumpara sa freestanding, no. But that's in general, no? But to be specific about it, you need to really take time to do the number crunching and the pencil pushing. No? Anong numero ba yung makukuha mo? For example, no, when you plot it on a simple Excel, imaginein lang natin meron tayong Excel worksheet, no? You plot Monday, then you plot Monday lunch, Monday dinner. No? Sa Monday lunch, ilang transaction count ba ang makukuha ko dito sa location na to? No? Of course, hindi mo pwedeng mahulaan yun exactly, but just to take a look at how many traffic generators are in the space. May hospital ba? Saan manggagaling yung lunch crowd ko ng Monday, no? So Monday to Thursday. Ilan kaya makukuha ko from the population dito? Marami bang opisina? Anong oras ba yung lunch break nila? And then understanding, okay, how about snack? How about the snack segments? May makukuha ba ako dito? And then number 3, yung dinner, no? Dinner segment. So ilang TC, ano kaya yung average spending, no? Yung menu mo, it will determine also the average spend or the PTA or per transaction average check ng yung concept, no? So you have to plot that, no, compute mo. Halimbawa, no, you're plotting, sige, sa lunch siguro I will get 30 transactions per transaction, no? Mahirap yung per customer kasi usually per table, no? You have to compute also. Diyan na rin pumapasok kung gaano kalaking restaurant yung binuksan mo. Siyempre, kung ano yung seating capacity, then you have to project how many turns, no, per seating, no? Lunch, dinner. So, by doing that, no, makikita mo Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, magkaroon ka ng projection, no? And compare mo dun sa lugar na paglalagyan. No? Pwede ring unahin mo yung numbers and then hanapin mo yung lugar kung saan sa tingin mo magkakaroon ng at least 30 customers or 30 tables per lunchtime. And then another 30 tables for dinner time. No? 60 transactions ka in a day. Kung meron kang 60 transactions and then you have 500 pesos as your transaction amount per table, then you have, may possibility yung lugar na yun to deliver 30,000 net sales in a day. So then you compute. No? And then babalik tayo ngayon. What are the best locations to open a restaurant in the Philippines? Kailangan meron ka ng understanding of your P&L. No? Kasi for you to be able to decide, no, of course, may rule of thumb na yung rent, dapat 2 days lang na benta, mabawi mo na, or meron gumagamit ng 10% rule, no, or 10% lang dapat yung renta. But it would be also safe to understand your food costs, your labor costs. Gumawa ka muna ng P&L study. So, nakita nyo, di ba, parang andali, maghanap ng lugar, pumili ng lugar. But if you don't have a P&L study or an income statement, a projected income statement for your business, baka maligaw ka rin, no? Pumirma ka ng kontrata na yung rent pala, hindi mo kayang i-deliver yung profitability objectives ng iyong negosyo. So again, no, while CBDs and malls are ideal in terms of traffic count, no, you have to consider it in terms of rent over sales, no. Computein mo, magkano ba yung renta over yung benta. So sabi nga natin, rule of thumb, 2 days sales for rent, 10%, no, of sales. More importantly, it's an understanding of whether the sales projections are going to be met. Yan. Sana po nasagot yung ating katanungan pang-5, no? Now, tayo sa pang-6 na katanungan. How can I attract customers internal and external? Ang galing. Ang galing kasi sinama na namin to, kinonsolidate namin, no? Actually, yung katanungan dyan nung original, iba-ibang forms, no, but kinonsolidate namin. How do I recruit the people, no? How do I recruit the best talent? And then, but we condensed it and said, how can we attract customers, internal and external? Ano ba ibig sabihin ng internal customers, no? Ayun yung recruitment. Well, sabi nga natin, pareho nung sinasabi natin sa paghahanap ng location, sa pag-create ng menu, no? It's about understanding your brand's values, no? Kasi the best way to recruit is to understand your own brand first. Kailangan naintindihan mo yung personality, yung values ng brand mo para magkaroon ka ng objective, no? Anong klaseng work culture yung i-create mo. And a lot of people try, underestimate the importance of this, no? But I always tell them, our employees are people, customers are people, suppliers are people. No, sinabi ko na yan sa unang bahagi ng programa. So, ibig sabihin, we need to be people persons, no? Naiintindihan natin yung how to engage, connect, no? Engage and connect with people, no? And to build relationships with people. So internally and externally, there are similarities, but the main difference is your internal customers or your employees must reflect, no, the brand, must manifest and, be the ambassadors of your brand values and your brand personality. Kasi sila yung personification or pagkakaroon ng actual manifestation ng iyong values, no? If you're saying that, of course, yung concept ko, halimbawa, gusto mo sabihin na, okay, my concept will be known for its hospitality and service, then you have to get people who are great in hospitality and service naturally, though hindi yung pipilitin mo pang umiti, no, or pipilitin mo pang maging mahilig makapag-usap sa tao, no. So these are just a few examples, but ang main point is understanding your brand will help you find the right people. Kasi alignment is a prerequisite, no. You're going to make training and operations very hard if you are not knowledgeable about, or if you don't really understand and appreciate what your brand is all about in terms of the culture that it wants to promote and to establish among employees, no? Happy employees are not coincidence, no? Hindi yan, not products of coincidence, rather. No, ibig sabihin, intentionally, you want to take care of your internal customers so that they can make your external customers happy, no? So happy people can easily communicate and to some extent, no, which is very, ulitin natin, minsan hindi nabibigyan ng tamang underrated or undervalued, no, yung pag-project ng emosyon ng brand, no. Ano ba yung emotional state ng brand mo? May mga brand na ganun eh. Pag nakita mo pa lang malungkot, gloomy, meron mga brands na uy, masaya, no, palangiti, everyone's with bounce, everyone has energy, everyone's enthusiastic, di ba? Kaya ngayon, lalo ngayon, tinatanggal na yung mga mask, di ba? So, nakikita na muli kung sino yung mga brand na ngumingiti, no? So, that's about, that's a short answer to that, the internal customer. How about external customers? Well, ako masasabi ko lang dyan, no, it's very important to make sure that the value that you want to deliver is very well defined. In terms of not just pricing product, di ba, yun yung mga marketing principles, price, product, I forget the other P, no? But for if somebody knows, no, remind me, no? But ang point ko lang is that although you know all of these things, ang ultimate na objective is to deliver value. Your sweet spot, meaning something that the customers need, that the competitors cannot deliver, that you can deliver, and the competitors cannot. So, ibig sabihin, no, babalik tayo, your unique values and value proposition. Yung feelings, pag you talk about values, yung feelings na pag sa restaurant mo lang nila nararamdaman, no, happiness, joy, no, for some reason being at home, the feeling of warmth, friendliness, sincerity, no? And then yung value is that when they the bill, no, they would say na, oh, okay to, I'm eager to come back again. I'll bring my friends, I'll bring my family, I'll be proud to be an ambassador of this brand, no? And even sa social media, ipopost ko to, i-share ko sa iba because this is something of great value that I should be sharing to others, no? So, when you attract people with that fundamental and very sound, no, value proposition, then hindi ka maliligaw. Diba? Kasi word of mouth will spread kahit hindi mataas yung marketing budget mo, no? Well, of course, there needs to be awareness, there needs to be, but the best talaga na form of advertisement is word of mouth, no? Whether it's through social media, yung mga modern ways of word of mouth, o yung talagang no, literal na word of mouth, no? Nagyayaya yung tao. So that's the answer to the question of how can I attract internal and external customers. So, bago tayo magpatuloy, no, ang dami talagang nanonood ngayong gabi at nagbibigay ng insight. Ito sabi ni paring Victor Barona, Mr. Zark himself, about sa taste, if target mo ay mass market, pwede mo adjust yung taste for the Filipino palate. Yan, mas matamis, mas maalat, di ba? Like popular shawarma, spaghetti, burger chains, no? Tama yun, no? I totally agree with you. It's importante yung taste mo, pero hindi lahat ng Pilipino kapareho ng taste mo, eh. 'Di ba? Hindi naman, you should not assume that you are the market, no? It is, so, kung meron ka talagang feeling mo, no? Usually, feeling lang naman natin yun, no? Na maganda ang panlasa mo, okay yun. But you have to get feedback also. No? You have to, not just your family, no? Kasi yung family natin, minsan, mahal tayo, kaya hindi tayo gustong saktan. Or minsan, yung family naman natin in another situation, pwede naman yung pamilya mo, mas critical mo, mas good also in a way, no? Mas critical, mas meticuloso, no? But it helps to, kami sinabi ni Zark, yung taste is one of the value drivers sa Pilipino, no? And then size, no? Portion size, it doesn't mean na porke malaki, okay sa Pilipino. There's the right size, no? I would say, portion size, equated to value. Mainit, no? A lot of people underestimate the value of your food being hot food being hot, and cold food being cold. Cold drinks being cold. Sa madaling salita, quality, brother, di ba? Yung quality that is relatable to Filipino. Dapat maintindihan mo yung, I totally agree with you, maintindihan mo yung, ano ba yung binibigyan ng, ano ba yung value equation ng Pilipino, di ba? Sabi nga natin, value is equal to quality over price. No? The more you increase quality, the less that you will have to worry about pricing. No? So, tama, taste, no? And as a Filipino, alam mo rin kung ano yung masarap para sa'yo, di ba? Sa Filipino, maganda lang, very wide yung ating spectrum of what we define to be delicious. So, maraming oportunidad. So, magandang gabi rin kay Renmar Posidio. Sabi ni Chef Romel, no? Ito, spoken like a true chef. The food should delight, di ba? Hindi mo pag kinain ng tao, delighted siya. Hindi lang yung satisfied, but delighted, no? Na wow, no? And sabi ni Sai, ang menu philosophy ko is this: I only put food or drinks in my menu that I will feed my family, lalo ang kids ko. Napakagandang napakagandang insight nun. Kung kaya mo, kung gusto mo at masaya kang ipinapakain sa pamilya mo, then a lot of concept, di ba, yung naging guest natin, yung Toll House, di ba, yun yung prinsipyo nila. It's food that they serve to their family members on a Sunday lunch, di ba, and then to their neighbors, to their family members, to their friends, and then eventually, naging restaurant concept, diba? Lahat naman ng nasa menu, sabi ni Sai, ay niluluto ko at paborito ng kids ko. As for the coffee, yung kung approved sa mister ko, gagraduate yan from my home to my menu. Ang ganda ng principle, no? It's something that we share to the people we love. So it, parang it equates to we love our customers, di ba? We want our customers to experience what our family is experiencing on a regular basis. Marami pong nagtagumpay na concept na ganyan ng filosofiya. Si Elsa Billones, magandang gabi po. Arvin Fonasher, magandang gabi bro. Si Shirley Liena, magandang gabi po. Si Ma'am Cynthia Bernardo, na kasama namin dati sa University Hotel. Maraming salamat po sa panonood. Si Nonoy Serraba, si Romeo Bobis, ayan, magandang gabi po. Si Eladio Carumba, si Glenn Bulanhagi, ayan. Pag fast lane, hindi makahinto. Tawa. Si Chef Romel, magandang gabi po. Randy Caroilla, magandang gabi po. Sabi ni OG, is it better po ba gumawa ng sample or mock-up PNL yung mag-start na? Of course, no, hindi lang better. It is actually mandatory that you create kahit a simple mock-up P&L kung di nyo po alam, no, magpaturo po tayo sa mga kaibigan nating accountants, no. Importante po yun na bago tayo maglabas ng actual na pera, isulat muna natin sa papel yung ating computation and projections. And then if we, you know, it wouldn't hurt us to ask for help, no? I-bounce ideas, no? Sabi ko nga dati, di ba? Invest in having coffee with people who know the business. Di man natin kailangan inventuin everything from scratch. We don't have to reinvent the wheel. Marami pong mga mentors na willing magturo. No? Yung Go Negosyo, marami tayo nag-attend dito ng taga Go Negosyo. Diba? Ang dami nag-attend doon, daan-daang tao. And I'm sure it's a very productive way of getting information ahead of wasting money. Diba? Yun naman yung point ng The Resto Coach para matuto tayo sa karanasan ng isa't isa. Si Master Eugene Acobe, magandang gabi sa iyo. Annalisa Villamater, ayan. Sabi ni Julio, one thing that I've learned recently is that you set out to build with intention. Ayan. Intentional. No? Fit your concept with the context of the market. Very loose rule of thumb. Number one, the smaller your space, more niche your concept, the more incidental traffic you require. Tama, kung maliit masyadong niche yung iyong concept, kukunti yung ano nun, parang yung probability of attracting, no, yung market. Lumiliit yung population mo. No? So the more incidental traffic you require. Number two, the bigger the store, the broader the concept, the less reliant you are to incidental traffic. Since you have a bigger catch, also because you commonly intend to be more destinational. Diba? Bigger stores draw people naturally because you have the ambience, convenience to account for. Tama yun, no? Merong right size ng tindahan for the right type of concept. Even if you start small, like, so promote ko na rin, no? We'll be opening a bigger store concept, no? Sa tapat ng MOA Arena. So, malapit yan, tamang-tama sa UAP season. The reason why we're doing it is because we want to test the elasticity of a broader menu, di ba? Kung ganong kalaki ng market yung mga capture. Ang ganda ng word na ginamit ni Julio rito, yung catch, no? Yung catchment, yung makukuha mo sa market. Kasi ang daling sabihin, no, kaya ako nagnegosyo sa Pilipinas, 110 million yung population. Well, hindi lahat ng 110 million na yun, customer mo. No? So, you have to understand. No? Thank you very much, Julio, for this very valuable insight. Maganda po rito, nasa comment section, ang dami niyong makukuha. No? Yung mga ibang tao nag-share dito, gaya ni Julio, is a business development and franchising expert. You can actually just copy this because it's being shared openly dito sa atin. Ayan. Wow, 4 years in business school pero hindi ko lang pala matututunan ang shortcut sa location. Thank you, Coach. Naku, natutunan ko rin lang sa iba yan. So I'm just paying it forward. Si Don Mordy, ayan ang pasimuno nung nanalong booth noon sa Franchise Expo. Congratulations, Don. Renante Oseos, sabi niya, your people are the best marketers. Totoo yun. No? Kasi your employees will tell people about the true story of your brand. Charlie Panila, magandang gabi. Francis Abay, sabi, that's why the harmony of everyone is really important because kung magulo sa head office, for sure magre-reflect sa stores yan. Totoo po yun. No? Hindi pa pwedeng, kailangan may consistency. No? May consistency. Lahat ng tao from top to bottom. Jenny Gulas, magandang gabi. Mikel Lucero. Emma Diaz, magandang gabi po. Romeo Durantino, magandang gabi. Sandro De Vera. Ayan. Price product promotion. Yun. Salamat ng marami. Brother Don. No? Promotion. Yun pangatlong P. Ang secret talaga ng business ay nasa pagiging customer-centric. True. No? Kailangan yung mindset mo is customer experience-centric. Dagdagan natin saya ng experience sa gitna. Kasi yung customer-centric, no? Parang may kulang na elemento. Customer experience is having that, exercising that diligence and that commitment to put yourself in the shoes of the customers while experiencing your brand. Diba? Ano ba yung karanasan ng customer sa iyong brand, sa iyong restaurant? Otherwise, your business might do well today, pero baka hindi rin in the next 10 years. Baka nga di umabot ng 2 years. Sa example, yung paborito nating kapihan, Starbucks, do not really sell coffee, but they sell experience. Tama yun. And as emotional people in general, we miss the warmth we feel inside a Starbucks store. Sabi ni OG Liwag. Thank you very much. Happy employees, happy customers. Sabi ni Don Mordon. No? Si Alexander Sinto, magandang gabi sa iyo. Si Erwin Lancero Gallego. Ayan. mula sa Calamba, Laguna. Magandang gabi sa mga taga Calamba. Si Cholo nandirito, si Ruben Acabado, si Eden Idaya, si Abraham Go, si Jessica Punpon. Ang dami natin ngayong gabi. Bridget Ibarra, Paulita Salvador, Trixie Suguat, AJ Rupa. Good evening po. Sabi ni Sai, sobrang halaga po nito. Diyan po makikita kung talagang kumikita ang negosyo nyo and paano ma-improve ang profit. Yan yung sinasabi natin kanina, pag-usapan yung P&L or yung profit and loss statement na bago mo actually gastusin yung totoong pera, isulat mo muna sa papel. So, tuloy tayo sa susunod na katanungan at baka maubusan tayo ng oras, 4 na minuto na lang pala. Diba? What are the typical costs of starting a restaurant in the Philippines? Naku, mukhang may part 2 to, no? Dahil pa natin din na-cover na questions. So with your permission, yan yung isa sa mga tanong na sasagutin natin next week. Ang bilis ng oras, 9:27. Ang hirap din pala ng walang co-host, no? Kahit ako lang mag-isa, ang bilis ng oras. So, time flies. Ayan. So, okay ba sa atin? Thumbs up tayo kung ipa-part 2 na lang natin yung question 7 to 10. Yeah, ayan. Basahin natin, no? Sabi ni Chef Romel Pia, timing is also one of the consideration for your concept. It might not be this year, but next year. Tama yun, no? Yung timing, no? Iba, yung pag sumusunod ka lang sa trend, ano yun? Medyo huli ka na. Kailangan ikaw yung nagsiset, ikaw yung first to market, no? Ideally. But, in merong arguable principle na sinasabi in any kind of segment, they're only, you're either first or second, third to lower numbers are irrelevant already. So, minsan ganun talaga eh. So, sabi si OG, let's go 200 episodes. Malapit na. So, ang prayer natin is may actual face-to-face tayo sa episode 200. Glyven Castro, maraming salamat. Nandito ka. Lian Valle, magandang gabi. Si Sally to, magandang gabi, Sally. Ngayong gabi. Nandirito kahit busy kaninang maghapon yan. Si paring Ronnie Lee, The Lord's Print Shop. Ayan, sa mga inyong printing needs. Maraming salamat mula sa The Lord's Print Shop. Nod Ardevas, si Tintin Beltran ng University Hotel, The Patio, The Courtyard, Lantad. Ang dami ng outlets dyan sa University Hotel. Antonio Gamad, magandang gabi po. Evelyn Robinos. Ayan. So, ang ating pong resto quote for the first part, sa part 1 ng ating discussion sa top 10 most frequently asked questions sa restaurant business ay ito po ang ating ito po ang ating resto quote. Ng iba nag-aabang ng resto quote kasi the next day pinopost naman po yan ni Maring Share, no? But for tonight I took something from from the book of John Maxwell, yung Great Leaders Ask Great Questions. Yan, maganda po yan, no? Isa sa mga librong paulit-ulit kong binabasa yan. Ang sabi po ng ating resto quote for the week, 2 of the fastest ways to connect with another person are to ask questions and to ask for help. Alam po ngayong gabi, sa testament to this principle, kaya po tayo nandito ngayong gabi, lahat tayo mga curious eh. Taas ang kamay ng mga curious, no? Yung mga mahilig magtanong, no? Yan po ang common denominator ng mga naritong mga classmates na every week for at least an hour magkakasama tayo. Yan. So, ayan po, screen grab, no? Pero bukas din po, ipopost din naman i-share yan. And again, thank you very much to everyone for keeping me company tonight, no? Parang di ko naramdaman na mag-isa ako. Binabasa ko pa lang yung mga pangalan nyo, parang na-imagine ko na yung mga pagmumukha nyo. Pagmumukha, no? Sa positibo po. Sama po ako sa face-to-face episode 200. Of course, no, everyone is welcome. Wala na, si Yumer De Leon, no? Tito ko nandirito, si Jemer Quillosa, Angel Olalan, Lisette Bautista. Hinahabol ko kasi I want to appreciate everyone who watches every week ng live. And again, pakiyaya po yung iba. Ang ating pong average viewership, maraming salamat po, 12,000 to 13,000 a week. Dumadami po ang ating mga kaklase and yung mga nasa live, we appreciate you more, no? But it's our mission to share it to others. Customer journey, sabi ni Francis Abay. Sabi ni Sai, yes coach, for sure marami pa pong daragdag sa listahan ng questions namin dyan. So yung request ko for next episode, if you can add questions, no, sa comment section po tayo, magbigay tayo ng questions and stay as participative as tonight, no. Ngayong gabi marami pong nag-participate, nagbigay ng insights. Thank you very much sa ating lahat. And as we always end this episode, ang bilis ng oras talaga, nakakamangha. In this episode, I will encourage everyone to continue to coach and share. Magandang gabi po sa inyong lahat. God bless.